Welcome back. We're going to talk about a new destination, Prescott. It's not Prescott, unless you're a newbie to Arizona. Prescott's a pretty good sized town and a pretty good sized airport. And there's a lot to do in Prescott, but that doesn't mean you necessarily want to just get in your airplane and go there. And we're going to explain why. It's a busy airport, so you just don't want to pick it as an idle destination. You want to go to Prescott for a reason, because it's laborious to get into. You just can't find a place on the ramp to park for free. And so you've got to really have a reason to go to Prescott. There's a lot to do there because it's a decent sized town. And I went there yesterday to go to a new REI store that recently opened, and I'm trying to gather gear for flamping, which we'll talk about in a later separate video. At any rate, it's kind of in a bowl. So getting there from Wickenburg at 7,500 feet clears most, if not all, of the terrain by about 1,500 feet, but you can't descend gradually to get in there. So as I approached and had the field in sight, I was talking to approach control. They handed me over to tower, and I was still at about 7,000 feet, 2,000 feet above the airport, and contacted tower about 10 miles out to the south, roughly, and advised that I had the ATIS information. And the controller came back with kind of an unusual clearance. She said, hold at your present position. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. So I said, okay, I'll hold here, which was over at what appeared to be downtown. And I was still about 7,000, maybe 6,800 feet. And I just started a left 360-degree turn. And as I turned southbound, the magic in the Bristol sensed that I was headed toward the higher terrain that I had just descended over, and started warning me of higher terrain. Of course, it didn't know I was in a 360-degree turn, so as soon as I turned back northbound, the warning ceased. But I just monitored the frequency and did 360-degree turns somewhere in my third orbit, if you will, I believe. The controller said, okay, when you roll out of that turn you're in, you're cleared direct to the field, enter left downwind for 2-1 left. Field was in sight, so that's what I did. The field is busy because Embry-Riddle has an aviation university there, if you will. So the pattern was saturated with training flights and just normal inbound and outbound traffic. So at that point, I was pretty much saturated with just flying the airplane and forgot about the YouTube camera that was all set up and ready to go until I got on downwind, and I said, oh, we're supposed to be filming. I was solo. Professor Paul is on a brief hiatus, so that's why I'm filming this alone. So then I activated the camera, and we'll segue to that here in just a few minutes. And you'll see what I mean by high volume airport. At any rate, then I completed the pattern and landed. And we'll go to the video now, and then I'll complete the briefing, if you will, covering Prescott as a destination.
Straight out, runway 21 left, cleared for takeoff.
Fly straight out, runway 21 left, middle 55.
Bill 29, runway 21 left, lap away, traffic left downwind.
Lap and rate, runway 21 left, middle 29.
Cessna 308 Alpha, continue straight out, contact tower 128.75.
Continue straight out, over to tower 128.75, see 0 Alpha.
November 4 Bravo Lima, base turn approved.
Turn base, 4 Bravo Lima.
Stargate 2 Delta, number 2, follow the traffic 2 miles ahead on downwind, turning base.
Prescott is a busy traffic ahead, got them in sight, 682 Delta. Prescott Tower, native 14 is training, corporate jets.
14 Prescott Tower, transition approved as requested. Wind at the airport, variable at 4, altimeter 3022.
Transition approved, native 14, thank you.
Bill 29, fly straight out, runway 21 left, cleared for takeoff.
Fly straight out, runway 21 left, clear for takeoff, middle 29.
November 4 Bravo Lima, runway 21 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 21 left, 4 Bravo Lima.
Stargate 2 Delta, number 2, runway 21 left, clear touch and go.
21 left, clear touch and go, 682 Delta.
Little 55, continue straight out, contact tower 128.75, good day.
Continue straight out, contact tower 128.75, little 55, good day.
Prescott Tower, Skyline 1074 Charlie, holding short to one left, Delta 7.
500.
Skyline 1074 Charlie, Prescott Tower, roger.
Prescott Tower, little 7, 11 miles east of the airport, request full stop to little ramp, information Charlie.
Little 7, Prescott Tower, ident.
Ident, little 7.
Little 7, enter midfield left downwind, runway 21 left.
Midfield, left downwind, runway 21 left, little 7.
Archer 779er, you are number 3, following Cessna left base to a 2-mile final.
Number 3, following Cessna left base, 779er.
Archer 779er, advising you about traffic in sight.
Looking for traffic, 779er. Prescott Tower, Rideau 67 at holding short of 21 left, Charlie 7, ready for departure.
Bill 67, Prescott Tower, hold short of runway 21 left.
Hold short 21 left, Rideau 67.
November 4 Bravo Lima, turn left, Delta 4, and contact ground point 7.
Left at Delta 4.7 for Bravo Lima.
Prescott Tower, I have Cessna traffic inside on file, 421 left, 779er.
Archer 779er, number 2, followed on runway 21 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 21 left, following number 2, 779er.
Jet prop 000, cancel altitude restriction and extend downwind.
200.
Bill 29, left turn to the east approved.
Left turn to the east approved, Bill 29.
Lane variable at 4. Jet prop 000, number 2, follow Archer, left base.
This is
Ground Bristol 4 Bravo Lima is with you, going to cutter request for Gus's.
Find the traffic, taxi via Foxtrot, hold short Delta 21 left, Bertle 26.
564 Bravo Lima, Prescott, ground, hold position.
Roger, I see the Cessna. Okay, we're back. So you can see, just by listening to the radio chatter and the extended downwind and what have you, It's a little bit less than a leisurely pattern and standard Unicom. Here I am broadcasting to empty frequencies of my intention in landing and clearing runway. So when you get to Prescott, you want to go to Cutter Aviation. That's where you're going to park. You just can't say where is transient tie down, because transient tie down doesn't really exist. So you go to Cutter. Now, Cutter Aviation gives you a choice. You can pay them a ramp fee to be tied down there, or you can buy 10 gallons of gas. I didn't ask what the ramp fee was. Based on 10 gallons of gas, I assumed that it'd be in the vicinity of $50. And they were going to also give me a crew car that would allow me to get downtown and go to REI, or you can go to lunch, or you can do whatever you want to do. But the caveat is they'd like to have that crew car back in a couple of hours. So based on their courtesy to give me that car, I agreed to buy 10 gallons of gas. So they have a ramp guy comes out. Ground gave me Progressive to their ramp. The controllers are very good and work with you. All you have to do is ask for Progressive, and they gave me taxi instructions right up to Cutter. Guideman is out there to guide you to where they want you to park and shut down. Gave me some paperwork you have to fill out. Gave me the key to the car and a great big caravan, and off I went. So when I came back, I asked, so how much would the ramp fee have been if I didn't buy the gas? $20. So in retrospect, if I go back to Prescott, I'll probably forego on the gas, which was $72, and give them their $20 ramp fee. They still would have given me the crew car and save a little bit of money. All that being said, you go to Prescott with a destination in mind other than going to Prescott to get a meal, because more is involved financially than just getting your meal. They do have a restaurant on the airport, so I've been told. I didn't ask and I didn't find it myself, but it could be a very fine restaurant, but you're still going to spend at least an extra $20 for the privilege of eating there. And I'm not going to suggest you or I would do that just because you're looking for a place to go in your airplane. And the delays and the high density airport you're going to be using. If you're a student pilot and you want practice in air traffic control, radio communications, and what have you, maybe that's a good place to practice. But if you're going to practice, then do a couple of touch and goes and go somewhere else. One man's opinion. But keep in mind, high density, delays in the pattern, in my case, delays getting into the pattern. So that's for you as a pilot in command to determine. It's a nice airport. Controllers are friendly and efficient. But once again, it's not just your lazy, out-of-the-way airport to go to get out of the humdrum of the same old place. It, as I said earlier in the video, go to Prescott with the destination in mind, a friend or shopping, in my case, but not just the flip of a coin. I did go to Prescott about 52 years ago as a relatively new private pilot and experienced and it was an experience, not an adventure, poor pre-flight planning, marginal VFR, flying through an alert area without talking to anybody, being intercepted by a force-ship of F-4s, a memorable ordeal, if you will. And the difference between an experience and an adventure? An experience is something happening to you that you wish was happening to someone else. So yesterday was an adventure, a learning one albeit, but not an experience that I had some 50 odd years ago. And maybe in another video, I'll expound on my experience. For the time being, that kind of covers destination Prescott. Remember, subscribe, share, and always fly safe.